Right now, today, you are damaging your cat's brain. And the worst part is you're doing it with love. The things you think are making your cat happy are quietly breaking something inside them that you may never be able to fix. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you are going to see your cat completely differently. And if you're new here, welcome to Feline Mind. Hit subscribe right now because what you learn here could genuinely change your cat's life. Let's start with the one that causes the most damage, and chances are you've done this today. 1. You pick them up and hold them tightly against your chest. Maybe they freeze. Maybe they stay completely still while you kiss their head. You think they love this. You think this is bonding. You think this is what affection looks like. But your cat's brain may be reading something completely different. Cats are not naturally built for restraint. Unlike humans who use hugging as a signal of comfort and emotional closeness, cats rely on freedom of movement to feel safe. In feline communication, being trapped or held without control often triggers stress, and when your cat cannot escape your arms, their nervous system can interpret that as danger. The signs are subtle, which is why most people miss them. Ears rotating sideways, tail flicking, pupils widening, their body becoming stiff instead of relaxed, looking away from your face, suddenly grooming themselves after you let go. Those are not signs of enjoyment. Those are stress signals, and here's what makes this even more serious. Many cats do not fight back. They don't scratch, they don't bite, they simply tolerate it. Over time, they learn that resistance changes nothing, so they shut down instead. Behavior specialists call this learned helplessness, and it is not trust. It is surrender. Real affection for a cat looks very different, sitting beside them quietly, letting them approach you first. Slow blinking, gentle chin scratches, soft strokes along the cheeks and back, giving them the choice to stay or leave whenever they want. That kind of interaction creates safety because your cat remains in control. And when a cat feels safe by choice instead of force, their brain releases calming chemicals associated with trust and bonding. But holding them too tightly is only the beginning because the next thing on this list happens inside almost every home, and the damage builds so slowly that most owners never notice it until the relationship with their cat has already changed too. You yell at them, they jump onto the counter, they knock over a glass, they scratch the couch, they claw at the carpet at 3 a.m., and suddenly your voice gets louder. Maybe you shout their name. Maybe you chase them away. Maybe you think you are teaching them a lesson. But your cat is not connecting your anger to the behavior the way you think they are. Cats do not process punishment like humans imagine. Your cat is not sitting there reflecting on what they did wrong. They are connecting your emotional explosion to your presence in that moment. That expression you read as guilt, the lowered posture, the flattened ears, the quick escape under the bed, is usually fear, not remorse. And repeated yelling changes your cat's nervous system over time. Your movements become unpredictable. Your tone becomes stressful. Your footsteps alone can start triggering anxiety. Eventually, your cat becomes hypervigilant. They hide more often. They flinch when you move suddenly. They stop relaxing openly in shared spaces. Some cats become aggressive. Others become withdrawn. But both reactions come from the same place: insecurity. Chronic stress in cats has real physical consequences too. Elevated cortisol levels can affect digestion, sleep, immune health, grooming behavior, and even litter box habits. What looks like stubbornness or bad behavior is often a nervous system stuck in survival mode. The solution is not harsh correction. The solution is redirection. If your cat scratches furniture, guide them toward a scratching post. If they jump somewhere they shouldn't, Calmly move them and reward them when they choose the correct space. Positive reinforcement teaches far faster than fear ever will. Timing, consistency, and patience create lasting behavior change. Punishment creates confusion. Now keep watching, because the next mistake is one almost every cat owner makes without realizing it, and it creates stress that follows your cat through their entire life. 3. You ignore their hunting instincts. You put food into a bowl, they eat, done. Simple, normal, harmless. Except here's what you're missing completely. Cats are not biologically designed to live without hunting behavior. Your cat's brain evolved for stalking, chasing, pouncing, catching, and working for food. That hunting sequence is not just entertainment. It is deeply connected to emotional regulation, confidence, focus, and satisfaction. Every part of your cat's nervous system was built around the cycle of search, pursuit, capture, and reward. But when food appears instantly in a bowl every single day with no effort involved, that entire system gets bypassed. And the result is often a cat carrying around unused mental energy with nowhere for it to go. That energy turns into nighttime zoomies, attacking feet under blankets, destructive scratching, obsessive meowing, aggression toward other pets, or constant restlessness. Your cat is not being bad. Their brain is searching for stimulation it was designed to have. Cats who use puzzle feeders, treat hunts, food, dispensing toys, or short praise, style play sessions before meals often show dramatically lower stress levels and better emotional balance. Why? Because their brain finally gets to complete the sequence it was built for. You do not need expensive equipment. Hide small portions of kibble around the room. Toss treats for them to chase. Use a wand toy to mimic prey movement before dinner. Let them stalk, crouch, chase, and pounce before they eat. Even 10 minutes of hunting style enrichment changes your cat's emotional state. A cat that uses their brain properly is calmer, more confident, and more emotionally stable throughout the day. And this leads directly into the next problem, because what your cat is missing may not be physical activity at all. It may be mental stimulation. For you assume your cat is fine because they sleep all day. You feed them. You clean the litter box. You buy toys. You pet them. And still your cat seems restless, anxious, or emotionally distant. Here is the truth most people never hear. Physical care and mental fulfillment are not the same thing. Your cat's brain is extraordinarily sophisticated. Cats can memorize routines, solve complex environmental puzzles, recognize emotional patterns in humans, navigate territory with precision, and process enormous amounts of sensory information constantly. This is not a simple animal mind. It is a highly intelligent predator brain living inside a quiet apartment. And most indoor cats spend the majority of their lives severely understimulated. A bored cat is not a peaceful cat. Neurologically, chronic boredom creates stress. The brain searches desperately for input. That is why your cat suddenly attacks your ankles while you walk past. That is why they obsess over cords, plants, shelves, curtains, or random objects. Their brain is trying to create stimulation because none exists naturally in the environment. Mental enrichment is not optional for cats. It is essential. Short training sessions, clicker work. Puzzle toys, window perches, climbing shelves, new scents, rotating toys, exploring cardboard boxes. Watching birds outside, hunting games, learning routines. All of these activities give your cat's brain something meaningful to process. And here's the powerful part. 15 minutes of real mental engagement can satisfy a cat more deeply than hours of lying around doing nothing. After a stimulating play session or problem-solving activity, cats often become calmer, more affectionate, and more relaxed because their nervous system finally received the input it needed. Give your cat their brain back, and watch how much of their difficult behavior starts disappearing on its own. But we're not finished, because the next mistake is one people defend constantly, and the emotional damage behind it is far more serious than most owners realize. 5. You force social interaction. Someone visits your home. They immediately walk toward your cat. They reach out to pet them. Maybe you carry your cat over and place them into someone's arms because you want them to seem friendly. Maybe you constantly introduce them to new people even when they clearly try to avoid it. But every time your cat is pushed into unwanted interaction, their sense of control disappears. Cats build confidence through choice. A confident cat is not one that tolerates everything. A confident cat is one that knows they can leave when they feel uncomfortable. When you remove that option repeatedly, your cat starts associating people with stress instead of safety. Over time, this creates socially anxious cats, cats who hide whenever guests arrive, cats who lash out unexpectedly, cats who become overstimulated quickly during petting, cats who never fully relax in shared environments because they are always preparing for unwanted interaction. The solution is not isolation, the solution is consent. Let your cat approach first. Allow them to sniff. Allow them to leave. Tell visitors not to stare directly at them or reach immediately toward their face. Reward calm curiosity instead of forcing contact. When your cat learns that social interaction happens on their terms, confidence begins to grow naturally. And now we reach the most invisible damage of all, because if your cat seems calm, quiet, independent, or easygoing, this part matters more than anything else in this video. 6. You miss the signs that your cat is stressed. Cats communicate discomfort in incredibly subtle ways, and most people never learn how to read them. Slow tail flicking while resting, ears rotating sideways, sudden over-grooming, hiding more often, freezing during interaction. Dilated pupils, quick bursts of aggression after petting, turning their head away when touched, leaving the room quietly, sitting in loaf position with tension in the body, refusing play, eating too fast or too little. These are all signals. And because cats rarely communicate distress loudly at first, the signs often go unnoticed for months or years. Your cat may appear calm while actually living in a constant low-level state of stress. A cat who suddenly grooms excessively may not have a skin problem. A cat scratching furniture obsessively may not be misbehaving. A cat avoiding the litter box may not be stubborn. In many cases, these are emotional signals from a nervous system that no longer feels safe or balanced. The difference between a cat who feels understood and one who feels ignored is not how much you love them. It is whether you know how to listen. And looking at this entire list together, something important becomes clear. Every mistake here comes from love missing information. You hold them tightly because you love them. You yell because you're frustrated and overwhelmed. You force interaction because you want them to be social. You assume they're fine because you desperately want them to be fine. None of this makes you a bad owner, and all of it can be changed. Cats are incredibly adaptable when they finally feel safe. Their trust can return. Their confidence can rebuild. Their nervous system can heal when the environment around them starts making sense again. So here is what you do starting today. Stop forcing physical affection and let your cat choose contact first. Replace punishment with redirection and rewards. Turn meals into opportunities for hunting and mental stimulation. Give your cat real cognitive engagement every single day. Respect their boundaries during social interaction. Learn the stress signals they've been showing you all along. Because your cat has been communicating with you this entire time. The cat you want is not some different animal with a different personality. It is the cat you already have finally feeling safe enough to be fully understood. If this video changed the way you see your cat, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Feline Mind for more videos built on real behavioral science and real results. And leave a comment below telling which one surprised you the most, because you are definitely not alone.